I'm Emily Lonborg with the Steller Group, and we're here today continuing our First-Time Homebuyer Series. One of our awesome buyer agents, Beth Walden, is joining us today. And Beth is here to talk to us about that beginning stage of your home search when you're sitting down with your agent for the first time and kind of going over that wants and needs. So Beth, tell me a little bit about your process with a home buyer when you're very first getting started.
So the first thing we'll do is we'll sit down for a consultation.
Okay.
Sounds a little bit fancier than it is, but really we can sit down any way you want to in person, which is starting to happen more. We can do it on Zoom or we can do it over the phone. And we'll just sit down and really discuss your current situation and what you're looking for. Is your lending set up? Do you have a lender? We talk through that. We talk through your wants and needs with a home. And we'll just sort of dissect the process, and I'll give kind of the steps of how it will all work.
Exactly. It's probably really a process of educating the home buyer. I mean, especially a first home buyer, what does this whole process look like? So it's a lot of education involved.
Yes, and I think it's just really important to be on the same page from the get-go, particularly in a competitive market.
Exactly.
You just really have to be very organized from the beginning.
Yeah. So we are in early 2021, and it is a very heavy seller's market, which creates a lot of competition for buyers. When a first-time home buyer is first starting out, how important is it for them to be flexible?
It's extremely important right now to be very flexible. Obviously, everyone's going to have their wants and needs, and that's important. And we're really going to try to hit those, but I encourage people to kind of keep things really open from the beginning. You just never know when you're going to walk into a house and it's going to speak to you. Sometimes it's more about the feeling than anything. And it might not check off all those boxes. And it might surprise you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of buyers, when they're first going into the process, and not only first-time home buyers, but buyers who have bought several homes, they have an idea in their mind of this is what my new home is going to look like, and this is everything it's going to have. And I would say, from my experience, 9 times out of 10, it does not end up being exactly what they have in their mind at all.
That's exactly right. So we work wide in the beginning, and then as we kind of say, okay, this really isn't working for us, we start to narrow it in.
I think sometimes they don't even know what they do and don't want until they're getting into homes. And it's like, I love that. I never even knew you could have that, or I never imagined that, or this is something I've really got to stay away from. For whatever reason. Okay, so when you're meeting, what important topics, what are the really important topics that you really need to cover so you can best represent your clients?
So the biggest thing I like to do is just talk about their story. And why are you moving and where are you coming from? And what you're looking for. So I think, if you say, I want a backyard, why do you want a backyard? Do you garden?
What are you going to do in that backyard?
Do you have a whole bunch of crazy kids running around that you need room to just shove them out? And so everyone has their story, and I think that is the most important part of the process, is getting to know each other and learning how we work and what needs are.
You need to understand their big why in their move. Okay. Another buyer agent, Katie Frederick, met with us earlier. We had a video that she's been on earlier, and she talked a lot about, in this early 2021 market, how competitive it is, what a seller's market it is. And so what are things as an agent that you try to do from the very beginning to kind of hopefully get your clients a little bit ahead of that competition?
So first thing, number one, is we will get all of our lending figured out. If you don't have that, there's just no point in going into a house.
Absolutely.
After that, we'll get you set up on an MLS search. We'll kind of keep it wide, and we'll circle those areas that you're interested in. When those houses pop up in your email box, I'm getting them. You'll be getting them, the person, and then we'll just get out there. You have to be the first person in the door in this market, and we'll just make sure we're hitting every single place. I encourage people, even if it looks slightly interesting, we should go see it.
Exactly. There's no need to, don't be super picky, because you never know what could have a lot of potential. Sometimes something doesn't look that great online that in reality is really great.
And I think a lot of people become concerned with my time, which is very thoughtful. But we have a team of people behind us, and my goodness, we can see a lot of houses.
Exactly. So we want to get out there. We want to be on the forefront of seeing the home. So you don't miss an opportunity to make an offer on a home you might really, really like, because they're selling fast. And I think that's something in today's market that really surprises all home buyers, not just first-time home buyers, is how quickly they're going. It isn't uncommon for them to sell. Within a day or two, right? Well, thank you, Beth. Thank you for being here today and for the great information. Stay tuned as we continue on with our First-Time Homebuyer Series. So stay tuned for our next segment, where we're going to dig into the MLS search.